Hello, babies.
Good call, Richard. Good call.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just peed and dribbled a lot.
Oh, I peed.
Did you dribble though?
No, I was laughing very hard from the Bills' world references about pussies of respect, and I got yelled at from my daughter. She's just not happy with my laughter.
Oh, you were laughing too hard?
Yeah. While
Yeah.
I was peeing, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, the laugh followed you into the bathroom.
Yeah. I was giggling because I was thinking about it. I was thinking about like some more obscure references that we could ask Bill, and I was just giggling. Simple minds. Oh, look at this guy. Nice jersey. Extra large.
Nice jersey, you fat fuck.
That's how I like it.
I got in his head on that one. Always go bigger now there, bitch tits.
I'm not fat. I feel nice and comfortable in this jersey.
No shit, it's a fucking triple XL.
Whose name's on the back?
It's well forced, and I don't really want to wear it. Knock me out of it.
Fucking real estate in that kid's head. So fucking easy.
Cool jersey, you third grade boy. What if we just did the whole interview about OJ?
Oh my god. Okay.
I said,
you think
your opinion? Mine's OJ.
Oh, he is the best.
Yeah,
He's
but no one recognizes him because he's fucking a murderer. Murderer.
Do you think OJ really stabbed Nicole 100 times?
Yes. I saw something that it was his son, because his son's a fucking mental case. He has like bipolar, and he would go off on like rages and shit. I don't know. I find murder stuff like very interesting.
Bro, he did.
Because you're constantly on the brink of
he fucking did
pulling
it.
the trigger. Yeah, he did it. He wrote a book.
Do you think
OJ?
Yeah.
Do you think Khloe Kardashian is OJ's daughter? I'm asking him this one.
Right. You don't think OJ did it?
No. If the glove doesn't fit, the man must be acquit.
Bottom of the donut ball.
Oh man. Do you think he
got him on his deathbed to be like,
is he in jail now? Did he
no, he's out. No, he's out. Can we make this the whole first about OJ? We can ask just so many questions. Do you think he was? Do you think he was framed to go to jail? And they go, "Fuck, we got the juice. We finally got him. This is it. We got him. That's it. It was a frame job. He stole his own shit back."
Oh, that part, yeah.
Oh, that part.
Yeah, the second time that he finally went to jail. It's like it was like a trap, yeah. And someone ratted on him. Hey, we got him.
He was stealing his memorabilia back, yeah.
He got 17 years.
It might have been an entrapment situation. I would not put that past some law enforcement that felt like they had an axe to grind. But Ray, you're an idiot. He definitely fucking did it.
You're an idiot.
What's your opinion?
He was beating her up the whole fucking 80s.
Fucking did it. He wrote the book, If I Did It, and then explained exactly how he did it.
Oh, it never got published though, right? Because he had to pay Goldman or whatever the fuck she was, the waiter's kid.
Yeah, he could work again because Goldman.
They took a Rolex from him. He gets his pension from the NFL. He don't have to work. His pension's like $1 million a year. They can't take that away from him. And then the Goldmans.
Why couldn't they take that? Oh, because he wasn't convicted.
Well, the NFL can't take it away from him, and the Goldmans can't take it away from him because it's civil. It's in the NFL fucking pension program that it can't be used in a civil case to pay for liability or whatever it's called. So I mean, he just lives off that. So he can't. That's why he doesn't do any endorsements and shit. Because he spent like $8 million on that fucking to get off of murder. I mean, it was worth every fucking penny. I mean, good for him.
To do for 1 weekend, watch that shit.
Score one for the brothers, right? They always need wins, and they got one.
Well, that's why he got off, because of Rodney King.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
LA would have fucking burnt to the ground.
Especially when that cop came out and said he was saying
right. Hold on, right. So you don't think he did it? They had his DNA.
Oh, hold on, right.
They had his DNA.
I just told you that his son could do it, so that's why they have the DNA.
Oh, I bet if they've retested it now.
What fucking loser conspiracy theory did you fall down YouTube with?
Get a life, loser.
No. Let me stop you because I've been reading Twitter and fucking Rich had a conspiracy theory the other day.
Twitter.
And I was like, you fucking nerd.
Wait, what was my conspiracy theory?
Oh, what?
And fuck you. Don't turn into Bill. Conspiracy theories are awesome.
I love conspiracy theories. I love them. But you just called me a nerd.
I only like a. No, I don't like the fucking.
OJ definitely did it.
OJ definitely did it. You're an idiot.
What was my conspiracy theory?
I don't know. I'm looking right now. Hold on.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cobra.
There's a reason why we all have beards. Because
double chin.
I mean, not to toot, but feeling pretty good after my heat stroke Tuesdays. Drop some lbs, but from this angle, I look like fucking gross.
You look like Pudgy Face.
Just like from this. Oh, Colt's here. Oh, that's a good intro to the fucking show.
You look like hungry hippo if their cheeks expanded.
That's what I tell your mother.
Oh, that's what I name your mother's butt cheeks.
That's the intro.
Oh, I'm on fire. Yeah, Buffalo Bills, huh? That's cool.
Let me get unmuted.
There you go.
All right, now you can talk shit.
Let's get this out of the way.
Hey, is that a banner of your championships back there, or no?
That's the banners of the few good players we've had in the history of the team. Thanks.
You've had some good players.
Just checking.
Colt, thanks for joining us. I just want to get this out of the way. I'm Rich, by the way, Ray, and then Bill is who we call the trash bag, and he's in rare form tonight. So
Sorry.
You're walking into it.
Hey, I've been drinking all day. Leave me the fuck alone. Sunday fun day.
How are you?
I'm good, man. Just hanging out here, on the West Coast. Getting ready for another work week. So excited to chat with you guys. Have some fun. It's been an interesting off season. Good news out of Buffalo today is we're moving to Austin. So we'll see what takes place with all that. So.
Wait, say that.
Wait, what?
What's that news?
Yeah, so the owners of the team came out today and they basically pitched like a $1.1 billion stadium deal, that they want the state to pay for. And so also as part of that, they also threw in as a little twist that the city of Austin is very interested in a football team.
Ooh, a little leverage.
I hope Buffalo loses the Bills so bad.
Oh man.
Oh my God, I hope it ends Buffalo. It
won't happen.
Oh God,
You just made Bill's day right there.
I hope it happens so bad. I'm gonna root for you guys. I promise.
With us now is Colt Schroeder, the host of Buffalo Nerd Sports Podcast. Colt, welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show, where we are obviously resident Patriots fans and New England fans. So hopefully brought your Teflon. We're excited to talk some NFL. We're excited to get some more breaking news out of you, which was a good way to start the show. I'm sure you have some more nuggets that we can you can work off of. I'll go ahead and throw it over to my co-host Ray to kind of start off questioning. We'll see where we get.
So have you been, as a Buffalo Bills fan, Bills Mafia, have you been put through a table yet? Because at times I wish Bill was a Mafia member so I could throw him through a table, but is that like part of your enshrinement going through a table?
No, I'll probably get scolded for this or something bad will happen to me or whatever, but I have not been through a table. I'm not sure that that's an actual requirement. I think maybe that's just
what about ketchup and mustard?
Ooh.
That one I have not done either. The Pinto Ron, I respect what he chooses to do each week as his fandom, but yeah, that's definitely not for me either.
It's weird as fuck.
It's definitely not like the first thing that you would come to mind. I think was like, what my celebration's gonna be? I'm gonna get fucking doused, but it works and everybody.
It's gotta be gross. I tried to chug a bottle of ketchup one time for a $20 bet, and I just puked my brains out. So I can't imagine that much ketchup on me.
Yeah,
and going home with that,
eats most of it.
Yeah, it just wears it. It just
doesn't matter. Just that smell.
Well, no,
and
he's a
mustard.
pro. He's a pro now, so he's got a full change. I mean, he's one of the guys that comes with like a bus and everything. So he goes and he showers up, and he
see the pizza guy.
Is he the pizza guy?
No, he's
the
a hot
guy
dog.
that makes his own pizza there out of like a fucking filing cabinet.
I don't think he does the pizzas. No, Pinto doesn't do that. But there's some different things going on. You guys must have that stuff happening up there at Gillette too, though. I mean, right?
No, we all come with
that
golden.
dumb.
golden robes and slippers, and they roll out red carpets for us.
Right. It's already
Usually just
carpeted, isn't it?
hookers and cocaine are our style up here.
Yeah, the massage tables prior for everybody, and
Of
everything
course.
like
There
that.
it is.
Of
Yeah.
course.
There it is. Craft Productions comes out and lays it all out for us. I do think that the Bills Mafia thing, like you guys, they were so. This is not. Don't take this the wrong way. They were so fucking bad for so long that they had to, and they were a committed fan base. You had to come up ways to have fun, and it was more fun to be in the parking lot than to go in freezing cold stadium, pay out your ass for beers and whatever else, and watch your team get beat. So you came up with really awesome, fun, crazy, wild shit to do in the parking lot. And now that you're good, and I have some facts here that I'm going to throw out to you for the for the interview, and just to brush you up on some facts as well. And this one is actually true. The Bills Mafia is the fastest fan base to transition from being the most widely recognized beloved to the most widely recognized despicable, because you guys are a bunch of assholes now.
Well, it's hold on, before you go, it's a younger generation. They just ruined it for the old guys. The old guys were legit, and all you guys, you look like you're young. So I'm going to throw your ass in there. It's you guys make a bad name for Bills Mafia, and now it's like a joke. It's insufferable.
Yeah, I'm definitely not young. I'm in the mid-range.
You look young.
I'm not far off from you guys, I would guess, and I'm probably older than two of them in here. I would actually almost go with.
Bill's 63.
Oh, hold on. All right. So how old are you?
I'm 39.
Fuck,
What?
you are. You're older than all of us. Jesus.
Okay, so
I'm 36. So you
respect-
thought you weren't
respect your
older than
elders
me.
then. Yeah, respect your elders then. Right. So
Damn it! This whole interview took a turn.
yeah,
Shit. I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah,
I will
right.
never talk bad to you about you again. I apologize.
No, man, I get it, and it's hilarious. That's a great joke, and I like that. I like it, and that was a good question, and it's cool, and I get it, and I don't agree with everything that takes on in the happens in the parking lot, right? Because truly, most of us were actually watching the team well before all of this took place. I'm 39, so I was coming through it in the 80s. Actually got to see teams go to the Super Bowl, never get one, but saw some, the next good years were the backup, or you guys displaced your trash and Drew Bledsoe, and he came over and was competitive for us for a couple seasons, but ever since that, it's been like Doug Flutie. I mean, there's been ups and downs, right? So it's been fun. I agree 100%. They had to come up with stuff to do. And now I think most of us are like, yeah, it's cool. It's fun. But we have a really good football team now, so it's a lot more fun to just focus on that.
Yeah, you got to kind of like refocus the energy, and whatever. You get good, you got to gloat. I'm for it.
And they pay for a billboard outside Gillette. I'll give them that.
Well, that one
yeah, that one stung. I'll give you that one.
It's just not as fun and lovable if you're winning. It's way more fun and lovable if you're losing. If you're winning, you gotta like act a little bit differently. You gotta kind of act accordingly.
We never gloated like that on Bills fans.
Yeah,
we didn't have to.
We're very respectful.
The 28-3 Brady record spoke for itself. We didn't have to gloat.
There might have been some gloating in the early years, but after like 5-6 consecutive years of just losing consistently, there was no need to even gloat anymore. It was more of just chalk it up and keep on moving.
Those are early years, though. That first dynasty, those were tough games. It wasn't like Patriots were blowing them out. Remember, Brady got his head taken off in that one game in overtime. Fucking David Patton got killed out of bounds, and he just touched the ball out of bounds. Like, those games were all close games, so the hatred was there. Now it was like, meh, fucking Bills.
Yeah. It's flipped
like a bed bug.
Well, even now, I think it's going to be tighter now than most people think. I mean, I should say you probably all think that it's going to be close, and I actually I agree a little bit that it's going to be closer. I think than most people are anticipating this season for the division in general, minus the Jets.
Yeah. Well, at least they have their quarterback in camp now.
Yeah.
And he looks pretty. I mean, he looks
so does his mom.
That's true.
He does look cute. All right. Well, let's actually do some real football talk. But let me extend one olive branch before we go, and I think we're all in the same boat. I don't know what changed with fandom, but when we were growing up, the Patriots sucked. And we rooted for the Bills because they were in our division. So it was like, go and support a division and win.
Not me.
I was a Jim Kelly fan. I was a Thomas fan. We rooted for the Bills. I don't know what happened to people from now until then that you just hate everything else. But just know as we continue to move forward here and Bill continue to shit on you that there is a little bit of an olive branch there with the Bills. And
Never. 1985 Patriots head to toe legit.
You know, what's actually, I agree with this 100% because I think it was even during this draft when there was teams made a trade inside the division. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't do that. I mean, that's just like the dumbest thing ever, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, you got Drew Bledsoe. I mean,
yeah, I mean, that's just things that you don't do, right? But I do agree with that in the fact that when the AFC East is the best division in football, I'm okay with that. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with us beating everybody else. And we're like, yeah, we're the best teams in football. I'm down for that all the time. So it's nice that I feel like the division minus the Jets is actually legitimately getting good again.
Cole Beasley going to get cut?
I doubt he's going to get cut. He did a nice little and the team. I applaud both sides actually, because the team let him do it on their platform. And, you know, he came out right at the beginning of camp, first press conference, and sat down and said, this is what I'm going to say. And then after that, I'm not talking about it again, and we're just going to do football. And, you know, so he just kind of was like, I'm not, I'm not pro the vaccine. I'm not anti the vaccine. I'm just pro having a choice. And I think there's better ways to do it. And I think everybody should be tested more often than what the NFL is projecting. And okay, I'm done. Let's move on. And so it was cool. He's like the best slot receiver in the NFL. I mean, it's proven metrically that he's the best.
Only because the best one just retired. Only because the GOAT retired.
Okay, current football, yes, I can agree with that. Edelman was a stud. He and even before that, the slot has always been built out of New England. Amendola only became good because of what he did in New England. I mean, there's got that position was
Welker, Troy Brown,
yeah. I mean, that position was kind of built there in that offense.
Yeah. So I saw on Vegas odds, it goes Buccaneers, the Chiefs, and then the Buffalo Bills as the third favorite to win the Super Bowl. How do you actually see, as a real fan, how do you see the Bills finishing this year?
You know, I'm being realistic about it this year. My first goal is just getting the division. I want to make sure we get a chance. You know, so for me, that's the big key is get the division again. Do I think we're the third best team right now? I actually believe that the AFC could be any one of 5 teams could actually win it any given Sunday. That being Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cleveland in there now, and Tennessee. I think realistically could be there. But from where we're coming from, we got the taste. Yeah, Julio's there in Tennessee. There's actually an interesting stat I read today that every team, like for even New England did it a couple times. Kansas City did it once where they lost in the AFC Championship, and then the following year they come back and win the title, right? So, I mean, they got a little history on their side. I mean, so there's things that you could go to, but I'd like to see them back there. Do I think we're there? Probably not yet.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. Point on your body where Tom Brady hurt you the most.
Actually, the one thing that I am pissed the most about with Tom Brady is that we didn't get to beat him in the division. That's the only thing that kind of sucks about taking the division last year is that he wasn't there to beat. And now he's fucking hilarious. He's way cooler now that he's there.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion. No.
Typical Bills fan.
He's fucking hilarious.
The worst thing that could have happened, Colt, is if you guys got to the Super Bowl, faced Brady, and Brady beat you again in the Super Bowl. That's a pill to swallow. That Buffalo. I don't know if you're ready. I don't know if you're ready. If you beat them, it would have been, hell would have frozen over and everything would have been worth it. But
we get to play him this year.
Brady was clearly going to pretty much beat everybody last year.
We get him in the regular season this year with his golden team down there that they've hand selected at each position and, told them how much they were going to be paid to play that position. And everybody just said, yep, let's do it. Sounds great.
Agreed. Yep. So Josh Allen had an incredible season last year, MVP talks, all that. What does he have to do to get to that next step to make that Super Bowl run, in your opinion?
Consistency. It's nothing more than that. He didn't really do anything that was like costly of this season. He definitely did things that were, very much kept the team where they needed to be. So for me, just consistency, just keep doing the right things, keep progressing. He doesn't need to carry the team, which he had to a little bit last year. We'll see. We couldn't run the ball last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we brought in Matt Breida. That didn't sell me then that we're going to be able to run the ball guaranteed, but maybe they are okay with just continuing to have Josh Allen throw the ball around. And as long as it's working, maybe that's what you do. But I think he's a good football player. I think he's in that position where you just want him to be another continued good year because he's about to get paid. You almost don't want him to be MVP, right? Because like then you're really going to pay. But hopefully he'll be kind of Brady-esque in being able to control when he wants to get paid and when he'll rework deals and do that kind of stuff. But will he regress a little this year? Maybe numbers wise because of the run game picks up. But besides that, with the extra game, yeah.
Well, fun fact, and maybe this will help you ease your nerves on the salary. Josh Allen's favorite pass is the either unintentional or intentional backwards toss. So if he has a couple more of those during the season, especially in the playoffs, it probably help the salary situation.
That very well could help. And, the good thing about that is Josh Allen can throw the ball both ways. I'm not sure that your quarterbacks currently on the roster can do either of those things.
No, you're right.
Oh, Cam goes back and 5 yards.
Cam can do it. Cam can absolutely do it. So
no.
More
Give me some
importantly,
mac
where do
and
you
cheese.
guys stand on your quarterback situation right now? That's kind of what I would like to know.
Well, that's an interesting question.
Out, so that's good.
That's an interesting question. I just that fact, which is a real fact, just came up because in that game against the Colts last year, whenever he fumbled that ball, I was like, this can't happen again. Like this can't happen. Like they're winning this game. This can't happen again. And frankly, if it wasn't for Phillip Rivers being the worst loser in all of quarterback history, it probably would have happened again. And I think Josh Allen is great. I don't think that he's as good as he was last year. I think that a regression should be expected. The skills obviously are there. There's just something for me, he's got a prove it factor. Like based on what he did initially in the season and then the gigantic spike in progression, he's got a little bit of and what he's done in the playoffs, he's got a little bit of a prove it factor for me. That's all I'll say.
I can agree with all that. And he has the same for me still. I mean, he's won games for us and he's taken us further than we've been in a very long time. But I'm not the fan that's, yes, would I like a Super Bowl right now? And that's the end all be all. I mean, yes, everybody wants a Super Bowl, but I want the Buffalo Bills to be contending for a division for the next 5 to 7 years, 10 years. And he's the guy, I think, whether it's a regression, he somehow elevates it, whatever. I think if he can play where he's at, or even if he's a little below that, I mean, with who he's got on the team right now, catching the ball, I mean, he can't go that far down. I mean, unless the offensive line blows up, something else stupid happens, like maybe you lose Diggs, things of that nature. But he's just consistently, and you're hearing it more and more out of people, that just the way that he controls himself, the way he throws the ball, he's got the ability to do it all, so it's going to be a mental thing for sure. I can agree with the prove it stuff for sure.
I think that that's the acceleration you're looking for, right? Like it's not in the statistics. It's just in the right place, right time. He makes the right play and he's the reason you win versus he's a part of the cog, and it's pretty easy, it's an easy, relatable thing for Brady early in his career where he wasn't the offense, but he got 2 minutes left in the Super Bowl. He goes down and wins it, and you're like, "Oh shit, maybe this kid has something." So yeah, that's what I would just say about. I've been pumping the brakes on Josh Allen where everyone else was throwing him in the MVP. So, just prove it to me a little bit. As far as the Patriots quarterback, sucks, blows, not good, terrible, awful.
Cam Newton will be starter week 1.
And by the way, they let the best football player ever walk out of the door for nothing. So we're not in a good place. We're not in a good place mentally.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, Mac Jones is too young. He's not going to start this year. He's going to be redshirted for a year just because that's what Bill Belichick wants. And Cam Newton must have saw him and Linda do something illegal, and that's why he's starting week 1. So that's where I'm going.
Yeah, he's got something on.
They probably got COVID. That's how they got it.
No,
I thought it was. I
figured that was the way it would go.
Yeah,
I didn't see any other way around it besides Cam, kind of, unless Cam gets hurt, obviously, but he feels like he's
one can only hope. Corey. Colt, one can only hope.
Please God, please let him get hurt in training camp.
Would Mac Jones out there be better though?
Yes,
it's better than Cam.
I have zero shoulder, and I would be better.
Okay.
So
fun fact.
As a Bills fan, what's the weakest position group on the Bills this year, and what's the best position group for the Bills this year?
That's a tough one. I think until I see it otherwise, or they prove it to me just with numbers, the defensive line is probably still suspect until they can prove it. best position group, I think it's probably easily the wide receivers if they all stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Diggs, Beasley. I've been one that Sanders, I think, is an upgrade from John Brown. And I think if you can include Davis in there, and he can even just kind of everybody expects big things from him this season. I'm tethering my thoughts on that a little bit, that I'm not sure that it's necessarily going to happen. But if he can do something even close to what he did last year, and if Dawson Knox can even semi contribute, that group, just the pass catchers are just, I think, easily the best.
Yeah.
I have a fact about your pass catchers if you're ready. This is based on JC Jackson and Bills early in the middle of the season last year thought that he could be a number one cornerback, and then Stephon Diggs promptly shoved him in a locker and sent him down the train, which caused Bill, who owns a lot of guns, to kill a puppy. And I just thought at a rage, and I just wanted to know if you felt responsible for that at all as a Bills fan.
I mean, for as many puppies that there's a Bill who's a Bills fan has probably killed, it might just be okay. Yeah, I mean, we might just be starting to even things back out.
Touché.
In the chaos that is Bill's Mafia, many puppies have lost a life.
It's very possible, and it's
Don't
Bill.
tell Sarah McLaughlin that.
Yeah.
Oh God, they changed that commercial though.
Oh, did they?
I don't have to hear fucking. I gotta hate that song.
Well, now you're going to, because I'm going to make this a clip, and then you're going to have to listen to it constantly.
Do you think I watch this?
Yeah.
So who's the greatest Bills player in your opinion, dating all the way back? I'm going to say mine, OJ Simpson, just because he murdered some people allegedly. I think he's still one of the greatest running backs of all time.
James Simpson's. He did it.
No. He was acquitted. You guys are getting this wrong. I don't know if you watched that.
The glove does not fit. You must acquit.
Colt was 39. He saw it on TV. So we all saw that. It's hard to debate OJ being the greatest of all time. I'm going to stick with my team here. OJ is the best Buffalo Bill of all time. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I mean, OJ's great. The other kind of interesting thing with OJ is that he was actually at one point the spokesperson for Hertz rental car. Right? I don't know if you guys ever saw any of that. Like it was like he was like this big, just more than football. And he was incredible.
Part of Naked Gun.
Yeah, and he definitely doesn't wear a pair of isotoners. So I mean, he's absolutely knows what he's doing. For me personally, because I didn't grow up with OJ, and who I grew up kind of watching, it's always been Andre Reed. For me, I thought he was just a great wide receiver. I was part of a great offense, but he wasn't like super big or, super fast or great at anything. He was just very consistent and he played for the Bills for 13 years. I mean, there's not a lot of wide receivers that stick with a team, for that long and are successful. But OJ is, I mean, what he did in that season was just, I mean, incredible. Even everybody and their brother knew
what did he do in the Super Bowl.
Did it. Hey, you can't win them all, man.
Can't win them all, or any of them.
You can't win one.
To this point, it's been proven that we can't. So, I mean, I can't argue that.
The early '90s run had a lot of easy players to root for, though. I mean, Kelly was top quarterback in the league. Thurman Thomas was a good player to root for.
Yep.
Andre Reed's a good one.
Don Beebe.
He also forgot his helmet.
I enjoyed Don Beebe. Yeah.
Mark Kelso had I always put up the photo of him. He was the guy that had the extra helmet. That was the cap that was on top of his helmet. He played safety for the Bills for some years during that era. And they had Bruce Smith. I mean, Bruce Smith's one of the best ends in NFL.
Well, it's just got laughable at some point. It's like, you're not even shitting him on this point. It's like, all right, are they going to lose again? 4th year in a row, they're going to fucking lose again. It just turned into a laughable thing at that point.
Well, the thing that was really bad about it was it got worse each year, especially the 2 Dallas games. I mean, they were just terrible games. Once the Giants game happened and then the Redskins was fairly close, but after that, the Dallas games. Well, how messed up is it really that the AFC East and the NFC East were the only 2 divisions that were in the Super Bowl for 4 years in a row right there? I mean, that was wild.
Yeah.
That's a ratings dream for the NFL.
Right now it'd be, yeah.
Yeah. Kansas City the fuck out of there. Yeah. Well, you know what? We don't have to belabor on the past anymore. It was done. We had 20 years of success. They had 4 years of heartbreak, and now they're the 3rd best team in the NFL. And they have Cole Beasley spouting out off as their spokesperson as the best slot receiver. And they're like, "Wait, so if COVID happens for the Bills and it somehow comes back to Cole Beasley, how does that translate throughout? Never mind the Buffalo organization who's going to support their player and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure people will be pissed inside the organization. But just as fans, do you think, because I know in New England, if it happened, we would tear that player to shreds.
We'll give a better scenario. So Cole Beasley gets COVID, and now you lost the overall seed for the AFC East. So now you're in a wild card game because of Cole Beasley. What would they do for Buffalo? What would Buffalo do to that guy?
I mean, it wouldn't end up good because most Bills Mafia gets a little irrational at times, so it wouldn't go well because it's already been like, if you kind of just are watching throughout the whole process that he's been doing this whole thing, it's been almost like a 50-50 split where people are like on his side and they're already not on his side. Like, people are ready to cut him as soon as he said he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, welcome to America.
Yeah, get rid of him. And it's like, wait a second. Like, calm down. Let's take a breath. For starters, not everybody has to have it, right? So as long as he wants to wear them, that's kind of the other messed up part about the whole thing really is like, it's supposed to be like, well, it's my choice if I have it or if I don't have it. I don't want to say if I have it or if I have it or I haven't had it. But then when you're watching camp, if a dude's wearing a mask, does that mean he has it or he doesn't have it? Right. I mean, it's like pretty well spelled out, so it's kind of messed up, and he would probably get thrashed badly. And then they would, of course, immediately, I think it would almost be like you wake up the next morning and be like, what did I do? And then you're like, oh fuck, who'd I call? What'd I say? Go check your
every
messages.
Weekend for me.
Start sending the "I heart you, Cole Beasley" messages back out because you just fucked up. That's what would take place, I think.
Yeah, it might be a tough situation. Well, I had a couple more facts we could throw out, or this was fun. It's going to be a fun season. Last year sucked for the Patriots fans, but we feel better about this, right, Ray?
Yes, we do. So after being the Patriots' stepchild for 20 plus years, how refreshing was it for you to sweep them and make that playoff run?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hit on that a little bit earlier. It's great and all, but without Brady being there, it was a little less satisfactory this year. And actually, I think even past the Brady pieces of it, your defense was terrible. And that's typically what you haven't been for years. Even when your team wasn't that great, the defense was always good at getting it together. And they just didn't have that because of most of the guys that walked away due to COVID. So I don't know that. I think quarterback situation will definitely be what holds New England back this year, but the wide receivers are a little suspect. But besides that, I feel like the defense coming back, getting some of the guys back, the team is immediately going to be better, because that's what, to me, New England, as good as Tom Brady's always been, it's always been actually a defense that's gotten them where they needed to go when they needed to go there, for the most part throughout history. So for me, I don't know. That's where I stand. You guys see it differently?
The earlier parts, yes. The later parts, I think it was more Brady. He carried a lot of those teams, especially 2011 when they went to Super Bowl, 31st ranked defense. You didn't really start seeing the defense poke its head in until like 2014, but still Brady was still throwing for 350 yards in the fourth quarter. I think a lot of the second half of the dynasty was more Brady than the defense.
Yeah, first half definitely the defense. Second half definitely Brady.
Well, it was built around Brady's second half, but they didn't win unless they had a defense. 14, great defense. Atlanta, I guess you can just call it Brady, but Hightower's there. Philadelphia, you got
Rams
stomped.
defense.
It's just, you start losing track when you win so many, Colt. I had a couple just to throw. I know that, you're a Buffalo guy, so I wanted to give you a little bit of information to run on, and these are just facts that the internet told me. So in Buffalo, it's been reported that heart-related deaths are actually increased by 69%.
Nice.
And that's actually just over the past 20 years due to a lot of stress and just extremely terrible diets. You look like you're, doing okay. Do you feel? But you said you're on the West Coast, so maybe you're away from it a little bit. Do you feel like you're in danger at all, or? But now, does that affect you at all, or your family?
My entire family is still in Western New York, so this does play a part in my life.
Okay,
I'll play along with your question here, but yeah, I mean, it's stress, man. What else? You guys will find out. You guys are in it right now.
Yeah, well,
You're gonna
Ray's
start
the
to
only
feel
one.
it. Your
I'm the only one with heart
quarterbacks,
problems
you
here.
guys just made some of the boldest decisions that this franchise has made in decades. Spent the most money it spent in decades, and it's been proven to not be very good at drafting. Now, granted, you haven't had to try to draft a quarterback in a very long time, so maybe that will be a skill that you can quickly get good at. But this team is. Everybody knows that when you don't have a quarterback in the NFL, it is the worst.
Put some
Right?
respect on Mac Jones's name, please. Thank you.
Hey, Alabama quarterbacks, you can go listen to every show I've ever done of mine. I do not buy into Alabama quarterbacks.
I don't buy into Buffalo. I don't buy into Buffalo Bill quarterbacks.
Joe Namath, the only one that's ever won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's been no Alabama quarterbacks that win. They just don't do it. They're not good once they come into the NFL. They just don't do it. Like, I mean, McCarron's he's got the most wins in Alabama history. He can't even be the backup in the NFL.
Jalen Hurts is coming. He's looked pretty good in then Philly there.
I'm not buying it until one of them proves me wrong.
Quick question for Colt, as an Alabama quarterback expert. How many of them have been coached by Bill Belichick?
Do we know for sure, though?
0.
We're going to find out. Is it really Bill Belichick or was it Tom Brady? We've seen one COVID-induced season, so I'm willing to not make any judgments on it, right? But Bill was handed half his defense walked away that was actually good, and then he was handed Cam Newton and injuries and everything else. So we'll see.
Still won 7 games with Cam Newton's one arm.
No, I agree. You hearing what I'm saying? I don't doubt that you guys are going to be right back in the mix, and I'm not counting last year, but I think we still need to see if Bill Belichick can actually bring up another rookie quarterback that's not Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's definitely a question that needs to be
asked. What about Jimmy Garoppolo? He's looked pretty good.
He's terrible.
Only went to a Super Bowl. Got
a couple of rings.
The thing,
because he was a quarterback on teams that were built to protect him. He's not a good quarterback.
Mac Jones is on a team that is built to protect him.
It's not built to protect him. He'd be throwing to no-name wide receivers. Realistically, your tight ends are phenomenal, but your wide receivers need help. And if you guys, I like Myers. I think he's probably the best guy right now. The Aguilar thing, I think, could potentially work out. He always produces a little bit every year, but
except in Philly.
Wide receivers is the only thing that I think your team truly needs. I love your running back, Harris. I think he's going to be a great running back. And you've got White still, and your defense is coming back. You're disgruntled on one corner, but Stephon, he's always been kind of like, pat me on the ass and tell me I'm great, and I'll go be great. If you're not going to do that, I'm going to whine and cry about it. So, I mean,
Ray.
I just feel like you guys are in a little transition, and I want to see it for one more year before I think that Belichick can coach another quarterback.
No, you're totally right too, because training camp, that's all they're saying is how slow these wide receivers are. They're saying the defensive backs have a step on them. So yeah, this wide receiver core, that the money they went out and spent, it's not worth it. These guys are going to get run in the mud.
Here's the only thing I'll say about that in terms of Patriots wide receiver cores and the history of them. They've never, outside of Randy Moss, they've never had their outside number one wide receiver. They work on timing routes. That's what their offense is about, which is why we are pitching for Mac Jones and not Cam Newton. That's it. It's a tight end running back timing route offense that they've never had anybody big on the outside that has put up big numbers. It's been like that for the duration of Bill Belichick's tenure, which coincides with the duration of Brady's tenure. I understand that. I'm sure Brady made a lot of those guys a lot better than they actually were. And given that point, even as a rookie, I just give Mac Jones a better chance to do that than Cam Newton, because we saw it last year. You just can't throw. Yeah. Never mind the timing.
Well, and you guys are definitely in the position to just start doing it anyways. I mean, you might as well find out if he's going to be the guy or not, instead of seeing if Cam Newton can just get you through another year. But if you guys think, I mean, I'm kind of hearing from you guys right now, though, that you think your team is, better than the 7 wins from last year. So that puts you probably 9-10 wins, which potentially put you in the playoffs. Do you think you still get those with Jones, or would you rather try to roll those 10 wins with Cam again and see what happens in the playoffs?
I don't think that Cam Newton gets you more wins than Jones. Jones might maybe lose you a game with a bad pick or a bad turnover or something.
Mental
We saw
mistake,
Cam
yeah.
do that last year. The Arizona game, he threw a
Buffalo,
pick at the end
he
of it.
fumbled.
Buffalo, he threw him. I mean, Cam Newton was responsible for 3 losses last year and responsible for maybe 1 win in Seattle, throwing the ball against the worst secondary in the league. So yeah, I just think at this point in time of Cam Newton's career, he does not give you a value add from the quarterback position in terms of wins more than Mac Jones. And you have to know McDaniels and Belichick are going to treat him with white gloves if they put Mac Jones in there. And you got an offensive line, a running game, a defense that can handle that and win a couple games 17-10.
I think Brady 2001, when he came in, it would be just like that. They didn't give him hard throws. Everything was easy, tight end, short timing routes to the wide receivers, and they ran the shit out of the ball with Achilles Smith. You know, that's what would happen, especially in the run game. If you had a healthy Damian Harris, they'll just ease him in there, give him the easy throws to make, and then just run. They invested in the offensive line. Trent Brown coming back.
I have a good question for Colt. I have a good question. As a Bills fan, you roll into Foxborough, who are you more worried about, Cam Newton or Mac Jones? And don't say neither.
That was going to be my choice.
When given if you had to choose between 15% worried or 20% worried, who is taking the mantle on that?
I would actually say for the Bills, I would say Newton. I would be more concerned with just because of the running ability, and we've seen some quarterbacks in the past have hurt us that can run, and I don't think you would get that same thing from Jones. And I think we could sit back and kind of wait like on him.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting, man. It'll be, I think, at least a little bit more competitive than last year. Hopefully we're not dealing with the chaos that COVID caused, and we can have a little bit of a normal season. And it's exciting for me for the Bills to be good and the Patriots to be in this position. Got a little bored there at the end with the Patriots sucking, although last year was fucking infuriating. So I can't do one more of those. That'll suck. And just a couple quick facts to end the show, and we'll let you go. These are again very true. Buffalo has literally nothing to live for besides the Bills, but they will also never win a Super Bowl. And the Buffalo Sabres will be giving the Bruins Jack Eichel us for nothing because we're your daddy. And I don't know if you're a hockey fan, but just choke on that. Colt, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll tune in, we'll check in throughout the season, and maybe with some Bills Patriots things lining up, we'll jump on your show or catch back up. It'll be fun.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thanks for having me on, guys. And at this point, I'm not a huge hockey guy. I do watch, but I would think that it would probably be the entire Sabres organization would just be traded to you and we just move on. It's kind of where I think it's at this point in time. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun season, man. I'm stoked about the AFC. I think it's going to be an awesome conference to watch in this football season. As long as, we get to play it and everything goes smoothly, it's going to be a lot of fun this year, either way. So
totally agree, man.
I think so too. All right. We'll stay in touch, Cole. We appreciate the time.
All right, man. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good one.
See ya.
Fuck the Bills.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking worst team. Fuck them. Fuck their stupid fans.
I know that they're good. I know Josh Allen is good. Don't they still just have a little bit of that
Cuntiness? Yes.
That was not where I was going to go, but